What's up, guys? We're back at it again with another video. It's kind of in between the start of this one because we were diagnosing the noise in the head, but we have to wait for parts. So just gonna keep shit rolling, you know. So you'll see that video probably before this one, maybe after this one, I'm not sure. But today we're working on Carlos's car. We're gonna get this thing ready for this motor, the Minime, once we do the Vitara and rods and stuff in that. But we're gonna, in this video, we're going to pull the motor and clean up the bay some. Yeah, and that's basically all this video will be. Should be short and sweet. I'm not gonna try and make it too long. Just to the point, be part one. We got to do the motor still. We gotta put it in. We have to fabricate all the intercooler piping. So we'll have some TIG up before that. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on this thing and pull the motor. And we might do something with this thing later on. Maybe find another shell, throw it in there and boost the B16. We'll see what happens. But for now, we're just gonna pull this thing out and get this bay cleaned. All right, we got the jack, we got the car up. First thing we're gonna do, honestly, is remove the wheels, at least remove the top of the knuckle and remove the axles so that we can drain the trans fluid, we can drain the coolant, we can get the traction bar out of the way, have a little bit more room. So we're gonna do that first, get the fluids out of the engine, and then we can start undoing the harness, undoing coolant lines, vacuum lines, throttle cable, stuff like that, and drop the motor. By the way, go check out the trans rebuild we did on this previously. It was mangled. Well, you can tell we were having some fun. Look at all the rubber. Had to send her a few times before we pulled the motor the other day. Shit was nasty. Alright, real quick, we're going to pull the radiator and then we can finish pulling the traction bar. I got the suspension off of this side, we got the suspension off that side. So we're going to pull the radiator and get the traction bar off. Alright, we got traction bar off. This bolt was stuck. I think the nuts broke off back there, but we're not even going to use that. In the future, we're going to use direct mounting underneath the frame. We're going to pull off the bumper real quick, make sure it's nice and clean, have an open space to work with, pull the T-bracket, and we'll have a lot more space to just get in there where we need to. All right, we've got the whole front end basically pulled apart. What we're gonna do is get the header off, finish draining the coolant from the block through the block port right there. Once that's out, the engine is completely left of fluids, and we can start undoing the harness, vacuum lines, fuel lines, shit like that, dropping the motor. All right, coolant drained. We're gonna get the shift linkage off, and then we can start basically pulling everything off the motor and dropping that bitch out. And I'm ready. You ready? I'm ready. You ready, Carlos?
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Okay, we got the T-bracket undone. We're gonna start by taking the battery tray out, undoing the harness, any vacuum and fuel lines, and then we can start undoing the mounts. We're gonna have to jack the car up a lot higher so we can get the engine out from the bottom. And when we do that, I have that plate that I used for the D15 still. And I don't have any wood at the moment, but that's okay. We should be fine. Just lower it down low enough. I'll put it on the ground. And hopefully it's not too tall and we can just drag it out from underneath the car. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. All right, we got most of the harness off. Actually, we got all the harness off. The only thing not unplugged is this, but this goes straight into the chassis. This is the DP to multi-point plug, I guess. Only thing we have to do now is remove the battery tray. Remove the battery tray, undo the mounts. T-bracket first, we'll actually pull that all the way out. Speedo cable and the coolant lines to the heater core, and then we can start lowering it down with the mounts. So, all right, we got fuel lines and coolant lines disconnected. Now we're gonna pull the mounts, undo the rear mount, and then we can get the plate under it with the jack and undo the side mounts and start slowly letting it down and get it on the ground, and hopefully it doesn't fall. So we're gonna do that real quick, and then we'll show you when we're pulling it out. All right, we're about to pull the motor. We're gonna slowly take these nuts off, and hopefully the engine stays still. Because this is always sketch. I definitely need a cherry picker, but we'll do what we got to. All right. annoying. For real. All right. Now we're gonna get it off the plate.
Shimmy it off, I guess.
Yep. You do this. You just keep from sliding back too far. It's gonna slide. Yep. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
My fingers.
Yeah, baby.
Hey, that went better than when I dropped the fucking B16 on Frito's car. Kablam! Alright guys, motor is out. We're gonna clean up this mess real quick and then we can start just touching on the bay. We'll have to get this another day, probably tomorrow. We will clean up the bay, so that'll also be in this video. You seen B-series stuff, you gotta hammer the frame a little bit, so we're gonna try and clean that up. We're gonna try and clean that up and get a decent coat of paint on it. And make it look a little bit better. What we're gonna do also is pull this cover off and try and salvage that and use it again. But I mean, this is a lot, other than the grease that was on Frito's car, this is a lot more of a mess. But we're able to handle that. We're gonna get this knocked out and clean some of the bay up real quick. Real quick, we pulled off the valve cover to the B16, and for as much beating as we did to this, especially this guy, it's very clean. Like, it's not tarnished or anything. It must have had good oil changes. Must have had good oil changes because it's super clean. This motor is going to sit for a while until we do something to it, probably rod and piston, and throw it in something. But we just wanted to take the valve cover off and check and see what, if it looked abnormal or anything. Definitely have to replace some of these valve cover studs, because this one came off in the valve cover, so we have to hold that still, but most of them are stripped. And this bolt right here, or this stud right here, is stripped. So all of the valve cover studs we'll probably try and find and replace them whenever we do put this motor into something. All right guys, we're back. Carlos got in here a little bit before I did, and he sprayed the bay down with, what did you spray the bay down with?
Tough stuff.
Tough stuff. It's some type of cleaner for interior. Yeah. But he said it takes grease off really well too, so he sprayed the bay down with the tough stuff. And when we're ready to just wipe it down, it should all come off pretty well. So we're gonna let that soak in a little bit, get another coat of that stuff on it. Hopefully it just melts off, and then it'll be clean. And then it'll be awaiting the new swap. All right guys, I don't know where we left off. Please excuse the noise. I actually picked up a heater the other day because it's starting to get cold. It's a Remington, 95 to 125,000 BTU, and I got a 20-pound tank. I don't know how long it'll last, but hopefully it keeps us warm for a little bit. Should be getting installation hopefully soon, the next month or two, because it's starting to get cold. And I hate the cold. I hate the cold. But back to the hatch. I pulled the harness off the passenger side. I'm about to pull the headlight harness for the driver's side and pull all this stuff back. Pull the housing out, tape off everything that we need to tape off, because we're gonna clean the bay a little bit more and get a coat of paint on it. Carlos is bringing the paint, he's bringing the gun, we have the compressor, everything is basically good to go. So we just need to clean the bay and you know, get it looking way better. Just get the dirt and shit off of it so the paint sticks very well. And hopefully it gets warm enough that I can take off my hoodie, because I hate being cold. So I'm gonna pull this passenger side harness and the windshield washer reservoir and get everything kind of pulled back. See if I can pull this back into the bay so we can kind of tape off everything, get everything cleaned and get a nice coat of paint on it. All right guys, Carlos just showed up. We got the bay wiped down with some mineral spirits. I pulled the harness back. We're gonna tape this stuff off and we're going to give it a nice coat, very, very thin coats, and just lay it down so it'll look nice. I mean, you know, it'll look as good as it can be. He paints for a living, so he knows what he's doing. So this is the actual color of the car. It looks more blue on camera, but it's like this green, blue-green, and you can see the difference. Well, actually, it kind of looks the same on camera.
Yeah,
but
on camera it's really hard to tell.
Yeah. But this is actually a little bit darker green, almost like the pinstripe, because that's what it originally was. But he said this stuff was pretty expensive. What was it like?
It was like 42 bucks for like 8 ounces.
Sheesh!
But it's like a dab. It's a dab of blue, a dab of green, and then it's like pearl, pearl, pearl. Like, that color covers like terrible, so you'll see that it won't cover.
Dang. And what color is this again?
Tahitian.
This is Tahitian green pearl, and then Aztec green is what? What year?
96 to, I think it's like 96 to 98.
96 and 98. So, but yeah, we got it pretty much clean. We're gonna tape some stuff off, and then honestly get to the coats. It's not gonna look perfect. If you wanted to look perfect, it'd be like 80 hours or something. You know, strip everything, paint it real nice. But we're just gonna get a nice coat on it, and it'll look decent. Paint's on. We're gonna go grab some food and we'll be back to put on the clear. How do you think it came out, Carlos?
Came out good. It looks clean. It looks a lot better than it did before.
Yeah, that's facts. Obviously there's small spots that, I mean, we're not full prepping it, so we're not like taking everything out, but for the budget job that we're doing, this looks really good. We got decent coverage, even though this paint doesn't really cover that well. Right. A few light coats, and she's ready for some clear. And I know my man Carlos, he's gonna make that thing a little wet. So yeah, we'll be right back, and then we'll slap on this clear. All right, we just came back from getting food. Carlos is putting on the clear, and it's already looking pretty good. This is wet. God damn, dude, this looks fucking amazing.
Yeah. It looks so good.
Two coats of clear, a couple coats of paint. This thing looks so good, bro. So good. Let me get my phone out real quick. We got some extra light. Dang, Papa. Wet. Looks so good, dude. You did your thing, boy.
Wow.
Oh man.
And it looks a lot better. It doesn't look like it went through Through some traumas.
Yeah. That's crazy. It looks so good. There's such a big difference. Before and after, just the whole color. You can basically see it right here. So you see the color, the bay, and then the color of the car. This is much, much, much lighter. And the camera really doesn't do it justice because, you know, this looks blue on camera, this looks green, but in real life, this both look green. But man, it just looks so good. So good. And now she's ready. Now she's ready for the motor, to be honest. We just gotta button everything back up, really, put the motor together and throw her in. We are gonna take this off in a couple days or tomorrow or something and paint the subframe just to get it, you know, covered so there's no rust. And this paint should be dry by then. You can run the harness back and get everything back in the bay that needs to be in the bay. And then what's next is honestly getting the motor together, and that'll probably be the next video. But man, let me know in the comments what you think of this job. Now this is a backyard job, like, you know, it's not perfect. It's definitely not something he would do in his shop, in the shop setting, because everything would be removed. Everything. But it looks really good for what it is. Like, I'm thoroughly impressed. And this came out this good. I think I'm just gonna have him do my bay too. I was thinking of like a patina look, like rub some more of the paint off and just clear that bitch right over and just make it look, you know, like old school muscle cars, that patina look. I kind of like that look. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this, man. This thing came out so good. Man, I'm thoroughly impressed. I'm super excited how this came out. Next thing is getting the motor together, man. And we'll definitely be, we're gonna have a couple more videos, a lot more videos on this car. I still have to get the TIG going and learn how to TIG, because I've been kind of putting that off just because it seems like a big task for me. But once I have that under control, this thing is just full gung-ho ahead. We also have to work on my brother's Accord and then pull the motor in the CRX, get the trans sorted, and do something that you guys might be a little bit excited about that most people don't do. Some people do it, but not many. So keep your eyes open for that. But that's all for this one, guys. I'll check you in the next one. Deuces.